Are you a man or a boy? There are hard truths to growing into a man, and there is nothing that age has to do with it. It is difficult to shift from a boy to a man, but society today makes it even harder. From a young age, modern society attempts to feminize boys. Perhaps you too have been manipulated by society and have become a man-child as a consequence. Maybe you even believe that men ought to be more feminine and that masculinity is toxic. Consider this. You've been told from the time you were a child that your masculine characteristics are inherently a bad thing. The majority, if not all, of your teachers were female, and if you didn't act just like girls in the class, you were doing something wrong. If you are a boy who is ambitious, strives for challenges, and has a great deal of energy, you will be humiliated and admonished for it. At the same time, these characteristics are absolutely necessary for a man to conquer, provide for, and protect. If you've been disregarding your natural desires for as long as you can remember, the road to unraveling the mind control will be difficult. However, it will be worthwhile. Even if you don't believe society's lies, it won't be enough to transform you from a boy to a man. Girls become women when they attain physical maturity, whereas boys must pass a test. Men, after all, bear the responsibility of performance. If you don't perform as a man in any aspect of your life, the world will perceive you as a worthless, low-tier man. A woman can just be beautiful, and the world will consider her a diamond because her beauty has value. This is certainly not the case for a man. You should always put in the effort to establish your own worth. This is the brutal truth. However, you should consider this as a positive thing. It means that no matter what you are, you can elevate yourself to the status of a high-value man. Make a note of the men in your life whom you truly admire. What makes you admire those people? Problem-solving abilities, the capability to cope with hardships, configuration, management, boldness, power, discipline, or leadership are all desirable traits. This has nothing to do with age, which tends to make you honor them as a man. Let's talk about 4 important things that will help boys grow into men. The first thing is responsibility. Boys tend to do anything they want or feel like doing and frequently try to pin others on the outcomes in their lives. Instead of taking accountability, they start whining about troubles and see themselves as victims. Men recognize that there is frequently some ownership to be taken. Even if another person wrongs you, you can still claim ownership. For example, you may well have chosen to disregard red flags. 9 times out of 10, we are targets of our own minds rather than circumstances. Accepting your obligations means taking charge of your difficulties and your life. We are exactly where we are in life because of ourselves, not because of others. Number 2, instead of talking, let your actions talk. We've all had a friend who won the big game. He was always bragging about how many girls he slept with, how much money he made, and his fighting abilities. This guy had some lovely stories to go with his gloating. At the end of the day, becoming a ladies' man, becoming financially free, or becoming a good fighter requires effort. Boys choose the quick way to achieve the status they desire, and they do so by bragging. This prestige is not genuine. And any real-world situation will always reveal that men understand that talk is cheap and that action is more powerful than words. Understand when to keep your mouth shut, when to place your head down, and work in secrecy without complaining. Men prefer to do rather than talk. The third is a difficult one for numerous men. Stop playing video games and wasting your time on adult content. Video games are fun, but you should be familiar with the fact that they are based solely on your wishes as a man. Why do you believe such a large number of boys and men are addicted to playing video games? The reasons are competition, status, and conquest they gain from video games. The very foundation of any successful video game is to appeal to man's human nature and wishes. These accomplishments are fabricated, and losing yourself in video games dampens your aspirations and vital energy in the real world. Taking pleasure in online content is yet another way to lose yourself in a false reality. Other people are watching your fake conquest. You have not approached the opposite sex, nor are you participating in the act. Be aware of this, as well as the fact that many men experience erectile dysfunction as a side effect. Number 4 is to control your emotions. Boys frequently do whatever they want, whereas men do what they have to do, whether they want to or not. We live in a world where men are made to look like women. Society frequently advises boys and men to let their feelings and emotions out. Pay attention to their feelings and allow them to express themselves. Toughen up or be a man are considered toxic terms. However, this is when things go downhill. Emotions are often expressed differently by men and women. When you tell a woman to stop suppressing her emotions and open up, they express their emotions and may even cry. When you tell men to stop repressing their emotions and start listening to their feelings, they can respond in a violent way. During a raging drive, you may attack someone since you are paying attention to your feelings rather than managing them. One of the key foundations of masculinity is emotional control. 99% of American school shooters were raised by a single mother. Fathers impose order and discipline in the home. With fatherlessness on the rise and the community inspiring boys to simply listen to their emotions, bad things will happen quickly. This does not imply that as a man, you maintain everything locked away. If there is a major problem, you may need to talk to your brothers or friends, or you may need to vent in the gym. To begin, you must remove yourself from the situation and examine it objectively. Many times things aren't as big as we make them out to be. The best men you would ever meet have emotional maturity. Emotions are not harmful. Emotions used incorrectly are harmful. Because of their anger, many boys have begun going to the gym and have developed a fantastic, strong physique. Many of them were bullied in the past. This is an amazing illustration of emotional control used productively. With this information in hand, you'll be surprised at how much talent you have as a man. Don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe icons. And with that said, thank you for watching. See you in the next video.